everybody. I'm Roselle Caballes, and welcome to our first ever interview at the GlowGetter Clique. Today, we're going to be hearing a very inspiring story about how a woman went from volunteer to CEO in only 2 years at a nonprofit that supports confidence, exercise, and healthy habits called Movemeant for young women. And so today we're going to be having a COO, Jessi Greenlee, join us, and I'm going to add her right now. So we're going to go. So adding her right now, Jessi Greenlee, everyone. If you're just joining our live, go ahead and comment below and tell me where you are joining from. Hello, Ashley, May, it's the bunny. Jessi Greenlee, hello. I think she just joined us. Wave. Hello, AMK02. Hi, Jessi. Thank you for joining us.
Hi.
Hello. Hi. We're so excited to have you here today. I was wondering if you could go ahead and first tell us a little bit more about Movemeant's mission and why it's important for young women and our viewers out here today.
Yeah, hi. So I work for Movemeant Foundation. We are a nonprofit that empowers both girls and women to build confidence and self-worth through physical movement. It's really important today because girls have such a skewed vision on what their body should look like and how to get there. And so basically we are trying to redefine movement as a way to empower yourself and feel good in your own body. And not only that, but like celebrate all that you are rather than try to, use it in unhealthy ways, whether you're just, punishing your body for eating a donut or trying to lose weight. It's movement is so much more than that. It's a way to discover your inner strength and carry out the confidence that you build in doing it in other places in life. So we basically facilitate the opportunities and experiences to allow girls and women to find that strength through movement.
Wow, that is really inspiring. I was just telling some of our viewers how you went from volunteer to COO, and so many of them right now are, making that huge transition in life, like questioning their career and their path. And so, we really wanted to hear, what do you feel like contributed to that success for you?
Yeah, it was definitely like a long path to get where I am today. And I'm like, if you would have asked me 5-10 years ago if this is where I would have landed, I would have said you were crazy. Because so when I first started volunteering with Movement, I was actually doing like human resources at a real estate firm, which I love. I love HR. It's definitely always been a super big passion of mine, but I just wasn't feeling super fulfilled. And not only that, but I was also battling with a lot of my own internal struggles with like body image. I was, I've dealt with eating disorders like a long time in my life, and just kind of realized that I was kind of looking for something to jumpstart me needing to like make a change. And so I got super into SoulCycle right before that and was taking Jenny Gaither, our founder's class, and was just like, she's like my soul sister in terms of like all things 90s hip hop. And so I just like immediately felt connected with her. And so when she started talking about movement, I was like, this sounds like really cool. I'd love to learn more about it. And so when I started volunteering, I helped them to plan their first gala, and realized that it was just like a great opportunity to not only like take ownership of something that I needed in my own life, but also meet really incredible, like powerful women who just like wanted to see like positive change in the world, and found myself like in a really positive place. And I was like, okay, I need to like dive in deep to this. And so I just made myself like super readily available and was basically all in. I was all in from helping, and just kind of really became a part of the team, and put my whole heart and soul into it. I mean, honestly, like, I wouldn't recommend this for everyone, but I was literally like volunteering 40 hours a week in addition to my real job. And I loved it, and I found like a passion in it. But so I got the opportunity to join their board of directors, continue just like volunteering. And then when the opportunity came in November to be hired full time, I kind of just like leaped and took the chance to work for a nonprofit and have like a little less security in all things. But it definitely paid off, because now I'm like so challenged every single day, and it's definitely really rewarding.
Wow. So how do you think that, working with this nonprofit and supporting that mission, how do you think that has benefited you, and what have you learned about that, whether in career, life, health?
Oh my gosh, it's totally changed my entire life. Like, I've actually never been a super, like, I've never been an athlete. I've never been a fitness person. And I always kind of put myself in that box of like, I'm not capable of that. I'm not good at that. So I'm just like, not going to try. I'm like definitely a self-proclaimed perfectionist in all things. So I wasn't willing to even try something and fail in that sense. And so, learning from movement and kind of diving into that really helped me understand that I am capable of like so much more. And so taking ownership of that, and from like a health perspective and owning my own body and building my inner confidence was huge. And then not only that, but then having like this totally other different like world experience that was then coinciding with my other job. It changed the way I thought. All of a sudden I started really like pushing myself in my career to do a lot more and think of new ideas and speak up when I did have these ideas, because that's never been something that I've been super great at. But it gave me the confidence to do that. And so then all of a sudden I started seeing myself like excelling in all other areas of my life, from my professional life to my love life to my passion life, which was movement. And then it all kind of like came together into like this wonderful world. And now I tell my fiance he's like my number one volunteer. So now it's like the full picture. But yeah.
Yeah. And so what is your message for our viewers today who may be struggling with confidence in any of those areas?
I think finding your confidence and finding a peace with that is something that needs to be given specific attention to. Making time for yourself and understanding what your goals are and and what your weaknesses are. So, I think women are so prone to be perfectionists like me, and we try to do it all, from having the perfect body to the perfect job to going to brunch, putting things on Instagram, and, it's all like cyclical. And so finding out exactly where your limitations are and trying to be perfect all the time and trying to overcome that, and seeing like, okay, here's how I envision this life. The life never works out that way.
Right.
So what do I need to actually be happy? What are my core values? And how do I think of myself now? Like when you're presented with a challenge, like is your inner voice more of like a mean girl saying like, no, that's not for you, or like that'll never happen, or you're not smart enough, not skinny enough, whatever? Or is it saying like, hell yeah, like give that a go, you can do it?
Right.
And so, identifying that and figuring out like exactly what you need to work on, because your inner voice really should be like your number one supporter and pushing you forward, having you try risks. And I think from the movement perspective, like obviously we think physical fitness is like a great way to tap into that resilience, and finding, like whatever type of movement really works for you. Mine was SoulCycle, but maybe it's like weightlifting, maybe finding something like you can lift a weight way heavier than you ever thought you could, or you can run way farther than you ever thought you could. Or my recent thing was I just got to like jump on a box, like they do in CrossFit. And that was like huge for me. I was like, I always thought I would like trip and fall, but it was like so empowering. I was like, hell yeah, I can do that. Exactly. And once you find that feeling, you can find that in so many other places in your life. And I think so tapping into how you're going to find your inner confidence, grabbing hold of that and really carrying it everywhere with you.
Yes, I love that perspective that, you know, working out and fitness is not just about how you look, but really like finding that confidence. And like you said, building that resilience is very empowering, you know?
Yeah.
And that's really, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, like I said too, like I never had a very positive relationship with fitness before. I found this strength with it because I always kind of used it as a way to punish myself. And so I had like a lot of like guilt around the topic. And so then it made me not want to do it. And it made me like have like this like kind of negative connotation with it until I started like having fun, I guess. And like finding something that I I mean, I remember the second time I took SoulCycle, I like caught myself smiling, and then the other night I just like immediately like broke into tears because I was like, oh my gosh, this could be it. This could be like something totally revolutionary for who I am and totally like break down everything that I thought about myself and what I was capable for and like open up a whole world of capability.
Right. Like working out can actually be fun. What?
I know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was crazy. It was a crazy revelation for sure. That it totally changed my whole life.
Right. And so for our viewers today, what if they want to get involved, you know, with Movemeant or what it's doing or its impact, how can they get involved today?
Yeah, so we have like a ton of different ways to get involved, from attending any of our events. So we hold like We Dare to Bear is our number one event that we throw nationally. So the most upcoming one will be in New York, and then we also throw one in San Francisco every year. But we also have like people throwing national fundraisers for us. So if you're not necessarily in New York or San Francisco, there are things that you can do to get involved in one of those, or even throw one of your own. And we have all kinds of like tools and resources to basically like own the movement message and try to bring that same messaging to your community. And then like, even as a part of that, you know, fundraising is such a big part of what empowers us to do what we do and bring these experiences to girls and women everywhere. Like right now, for example, we are fundraising to update our middle school curriculum, which is basically like a 12-week program that teaches girls these exact same lessons and teaches them how to support one another and, you know, build a healthy relationship with their body early on so that they can maintain healthy skills long term. And so we're updating it to be more scalable. So hopefully we can have it in like, I mean, ultimately we're going for world domination in having this program at every single school. So we can have every girl be told that she's like worthy and capable and strong and resilient. And so that's a big part of what we're trying to get through. So any kind of like help and support, whether it's, you know, online, fundraising, any of that, spreading the message is huge for us.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for joining us today. Everybody, if you want to get involved, go ahead and follow Movemeant on Instagram. And Jessi, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.